Look, all I'm saying is the longer you go without getting this drop, the bigger your wiener is. So, congrats on that. Touch of Malice has returned. It has come back into Destiny 2 after being away in Destiny 1 for almost a decade, and it was available in D1 through the Kingsfall raid, through a quest with Calcifier Fragments, and now it's available in D2 through the Kingsfall raid, except no fragments. This time it's RNG, hence the intro with the big wieners. So you're at the mercy of RNG pretty much to get the weapon, but surprisingly I've heard a lot of people and a lot of reports of people getting the thing to drop week 1 and week 2. I've actually seen two different people get the gun twice already, and I wish they would fucking share. Anyway, moving on. So the gun is mostly the same from Destiny 1, except it's gotten a couple of little touch-ups and an upgrade, just to make it have that D2 spice on it. So normally the gun says the final round of this magazine deals bonus damage. That's normal, how it used to be. Drawing for the wielder's life force, and then regenerates itself, but rapidly defeating 3 targets restores its health. Now, it could be hard to actually see this perk proc because, the gun, you're usually just holding down the button, spamming it until you die or they die. But the gun actually now has built-in Unrelenting in the gun. Previously in D1, it did not have this perk. So essentially, once you're down to 1 bullet, and you see 3 red bar enemies, and you think you're getting that red bar health range, you can actually shoot 3 enemies, and then start the regeneration process of Unrelenting, and as long as you don't get hit, or you continuously keep firing your weapon, you'll actually go back to full health, and then you can once again start firing with 1 bullet left, and, the same process occurs, draining health, yada yada. And, on top of that, it also has a catalyst now, which is rapid hit. Not anything crazy, but, it is something to include in the game. Additionally, it does have a new perk in D2, which is Charged with Blight. Precision hits drain a combatant's life force and charge up a ball of darkness. So you get 10 precision hits, and then you would hold R. Well, for me it's R. For you, it might be whatever your reload button is. You hold reload, and then once you've hit reload, you're going to be in a little different mode. You hit fire, and it'll fire a Blight of Darkness at an enemy, which is basically like a Taken Captain Ball firing their Nova Bomb at you. Same thing. So this will temporarily blind enemies if they're hit. As you can see, it says unleash a blight projectile, shrouding combatants in darkness and temporarily blinding them. So it's a neat little perk. Most of the time, you would just be using it as like boss damage. You would be spamming a stationary boss for precision hits over and over and over, and then you can let a blight shot off and then continue shooting. But other than that, maybe it'll get some utility in like maybe GMs where it's like a let's say a Vex Wyvern. They're super annoying GMs, teleporting all over the place, super tanky. You could temporarily blind them with a Malice shot like this. It could be handy there, so it has some niche work in it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is the gun good? Is it bad? Is it trash? Is it worth getting? Or am I just going to collect dust in the vault with this? Well, I think the weapon on its own is a solid ad-clear weapon, but it's not a DPS monster by any means. I don't think it's going to be groundbreaking or just breaking the game like it's Telesto anytime soon. I think on its own, it's probably a solid, like, B, maybe A tier weapon, given that it's a primary exotic, and, most of those suck, but this one is actually decent. But I will say it has some neat interactions when you combine the weapon with certain classes, mostly just Solar 3.0, because it feels like this weapon was tailor-made for Solar 3.0. And one other thing, we'll get into that. Warlocks, you have so many ways to abuse this weapon in your arsenal. You have Healing Grenades, Healing Rift, Well of Radiance, and that's just on the Solar subclass. You have very, very many ways to abuse this gun, and I think that's probably the best class case scenario where you would be using this weapon to kind of optimize its use. Also, there's a thing called Devour. Some of you may have heard of it in the game. It's kind of, underrated because it's not very good. I think it needs a buff. Yeah, this weapon goes pretty damn well with Devour. So you could just slap on Devour and then literally go in any activity that has, like, let's say 30 plus enemies and clear out the entire, let's say, Lost Sector, whatever it may be, with 0 problems at all, just firing with your 1 bullet remaining forever, because Devour is, it's terrible. Don't touch it at all. In fact, buff it, Bungie. Devour sucks. Yup. Okay, moving on. The other class I think it could benefit from, and not as much as Warlock, but still pretty good, is Solar Titans. Now, the reason I say not as well as Warlocks is because Solar Titans really have the whole bonk thing going on where they're, you know, unkillable, and the hammer just dismantles everything. Then you have Tractor Cannon, and more damage, and then you just press M1, 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 hold W. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I fell asleep because that's so goddamn boring, but it's true. So, unless you're not too fond of being a bonk Titan, then you could use this because you use Roaring Flames, you use Well of Life, you use all these things to keep yourself healed, and you just bonk one single thing, and then you proc your healing factor, and then you just fire off Touch of Malice, and then you just kill everything because you're healing faster than the gun can damage you. It's kind of silly. So if you don't like just bonking everything, this actually might be for you for your Solar Titan. I haven't actually gotten a chance to mess with this weapon on Hunter yet. I've only just gotten basically footage from friends to get this out with just the knowledge that I've had. Hopefully the damn gun actually drops for me week 3, but, you know, I doubt it. But like I said, I think the weapon is pretty solid. B tier, maybe A tier when you combine it with Solar 3.0. Not groundbreaking, not gonna destroy the game. It's also not trash, so take that how you will. The gun has a place in the game, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I'll try to do more, you know, theory craft, build specific things for the weapon. Maybe I'll do like a little Devour build or a specific Solar build with Warlocks. When I actually get this thing in my hands, please and thank you, Bungie. Also, one last thing, in case you guys are curious how to get the Catalyst, I have a whole video on how to get it and where to get it, all the steps you need to get it. So if you already have Touch of Malice, check out that video, and that'll basically tell you all the info that you need to know. Spoiler alert, it involves going to Kingsfall. It's not that crazy. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it drops for me very soon, and if you don't have it, I wish you luck on your future endeavors as well, and hopefully you don't cry yourself to sleep like I do. Other than that, catch you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It does help the channel. Also, notification bell to let you know when I make new videos, making fun of myself. Also, stream daily on Twitch, twitch.tv/SneakyBeaver. Link in the description below. I'm going to leave now.